Hello guys from EnglishChannel.com and just about anybody else who happens to be watching this video right now on my blog at EnglishHarmony.com or on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/EnglishHarmony, and you'll find out how to practice your spoken English every day and not get bored. And why am I saying this? The reasons are quite simple. First of all, I get a lot of questions from my blog readers saying, Robbie, what can I talk about with myself on a regular basis? Sooner or later, I run out of ideas to talk about and it just gets boring, and I definitely need someone else to talk to, you know? And secondly, some people find it very weird that they would talk with themselves, you know? They would think that they're crazy or whatever, and they would basically rubbish the whole concept of self-practice. But I personally find self-practice concept pretty much the single biggest thing that works if you're anything serious about your fluency improvement, right? It's been working for me for years on end, and I still do it day in, day out, and I'll never stop. I know that for a fact. And basically, let's stop beating around the bush and get down to business. And here's the tip. Talk about the day gone by and plan your next day. And I guarantee you, my friends, you'll never run out of things to talk about if you just recall events from the day gone by. Basically, whatever you've been doing today, whether you went to work or you went to college, to your university, met up with friends, did some crazy stuff, went to a party, or maybe you went abroad for a few days, and then you can recap all those events in a single conversation, basically with yourself, you know, in a single self-practice session. There's always, believe me, something to talk about. Even if your day has been very boring by anybody's standards, even if you've been just sitting around, staying indoors and watching telly all day, you know, just killing time, you can discuss whatever you were watching on the telly, you know. And even if you went for a walk, there were definitely some impressions you were getting from the surroundings, you know, whether it was woods or a park or a riverside or whatever, you know what I mean? There's definitely something you can recall that happened during the day. And it's obviously very important to do it in the evening while you still clearly remember all today's events. You know, if you do it the next morning or the following afternoon, it probably won't be as effective because some of those events will be just discarded by your short-term memory, you know. So I would say this is one of the most prolific topics you can actually use as a basis for your spoken English practice sessions. Speak with yourself by discussing the day gone by, basically, and you can plan the next day. And I always do that. I have a to-do list, I have a daily planner, and I just plan out tomorrow's events. You know, I think of things that I have to do, I write them down on the to-do list. I find the respective phone numbers if it's people I have to ring up, or I find addresses if it's a place I have to go, and that's a lot of planning as well, you know. And you can transfer all that into your speech, into your spoken English practice, you know. You can talk about it all. As you plan it all out, you just talk about it, you know. You imagine how those things are going to evolve and how you're going to get there and what you're going to do and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot to talk about, you know. So if your problem is that you can't really think of anything creative, you know, you can't brainstorm anything random like me, who can talk about everything and nothing at the same time, you know, I could talk for hours on end and not run out of subjects, you know, not run out of topics to discuss. If you're not like that, then definitely keep talking, keep discussing the day's events in the evening and plan the next day. That way, having a 10-15 minute long conversation with yourself. And if you do that on a regular basis every day, and even more, even better, a couple times a day, the following morning you can rehash the whole daily plan and probably add a few items onto it, and do it on your own. Obviously, you wouldn't be doing it in public where others can hear you. Then you definitely sound mental if you were to stare in your notepad and plan things and speak out loud, in an audible voice, obviously, that come across as purely crazy, So don't do it in public. Just spend those 5-10 minutes with yourself somewhere, I would go outside and sit in a car if there was someone else in the canteen, in the kitchen area, in my workplace, right? And then just have that self-practice session, and that way see your fluency improve in no time. Alright, my friends, I hope you'll take this tip on board, and see you soon again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.